Okay, hi. I'm Pandu from the Red Closet podcast, talking about mythological creatures that must be very interesting. The shape that seems unique in its existence, which is still a question mark, makes mythological creatures always discussed. One of them is a mythological creature named Yeti. So, in this episode I'm gonna talk about Yeti. Yeti is a monster that is believed to inhabit the snowy regions of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are a mountain range in Asia, which separates the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan Plateau. The Himalayas are home to the highest mountains in the world, such as Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. The Himalayas extend along 5 countries, namely Pakistan, India, China, Bhutan and Nepal. The Himalayas are the source of 2 of the world's great river systems, the Indus River and the Ganga-Brahmaputra River. About 750 million people live in the area around the watershed of the Himalayas, which includes Bangladesh. The Yeti walks on 2 legs and has the shape of an ape, but is much larger than a human. This creature is often called the Abominable Snowman, a vile snowman. While in the Himalayas itself, the Yeti is also commonly called Meh-Teh and has become part of history and mythology there. Yeti stories began to become part of popular culture in the 19th century. Until now, this monster has appeared in various entertainment media such as movies. According to H. Seeger, prior to the 19th century, Yetis were part of the pre-Buddhist beliefs of some Himalayan people. He was told that the Lepcha people worshipped glacier creatures as the god of hunters. In Buddhist mythology, the Yeti is a calm, peaceful creature who is very shy and lives in a snowy cave on a glacier in India. Okay, before we go too deep, you can click the subscribe button so you don't miss the next content. Okay, let's go on. Yeti is known to live in snowy areas, but according to hunters in the Himalayas, Yeti does not live in snowy areas. Yeti lives in the highest forests of the Himalayas. There the Yeti swings through the trees using his hands and feet. However, when crossing the snow field, the Yeti walked upright with a slightly bent body. Then why did the Yeti cross the snowfield? According to the Sherpas, hiking guides in the Himalayas, the Yeti seek food in the form of moss containing salt that grows on the moraine rock. There are also experts who say the Yeti is looking for nutrient-rich lichen. In 1832, the Journal of the Asiatic Society of Bengal published a report by the British explorer B.H. Hodgson. He said he saw a creature full of long and dark fur which he thought was an orangutan. If it's an orangutan, then the orangutan is more than 6,000 kilometers away from its original place in Sumatra and is probably cold and confused. Although it is said that Yeti have been seen around the Himalayas since 6 AD, but this is the first official record to refer to a Yeti. In September 1921, a man named Colonel Charles Kenneth Howard Berry made the first expedition to prove the existence of the Yeti. He and his team started climbing Mount Everest in the north. During his ascent, he said he saw a massive 17,000-foot creature walking through the snow on the Laptala Pass. The footprints of the huge creature bear a resemblance to the footprints of a human. Even Howard Berry called it the Snowman footprint. Before the start of World War II, The Nazis were also interested in researching the Yeti, and sent an expedition to Nepal to investigate. In 1951, a climber named Eric Shipton made a hike in the Himalayas. He made the hike with Michael Ward, Edmund Hillary, and other members of the expedition. During the hike, Eric managed to capture a photo which they believed to be a Yeti footprint. In the photo, the footprints are juxtaposed with a shoe, from which it can be seen that the size of the footprints that are said to be Yeti is slightly larger than a human foot. With the release of the famous Patterson-Gimplin Bigfoot recording in 1967, Russian researchers immediately became the first to investigate its authenticity. According to Burtsev, a large team of specialists, including biomechanics, criminologists and cinematographers, thoroughly examined the footage and concluded that it was genuine. The footage shows a giant female Yeti with a height of 210 centimeters. An important development in the research of the mysterious and terrifying snow creatures came back in the 1970s, when Burtsev traveled to Abkhazia to study the corpse of the alleged female Yeti known as Zana. After several expeditions, he returned home with 2 large bones, supposedly belonging to Zana and her son, but lack of funds stopped his research to date. Entering the 21st century, researchers in Russia began to collect physical evidence that proves the existence of Yeti in Russia and abroad. We started to find handcrafted wood arrangements, handicrafts and symbols similar to those found in other countries. Covering the UK, New Zealand, Australia, Canada and the US, Burtsev said, there have been several finds where trees are skinned and buried upside down, and to do so requires great strength that humans cannot do, he added. The most shocking reports of Yeti in Russia occurred in 1959. This story took place on February 2, 1959 in the Ural Mountains, Russia. A group of 9 people led by Igor Dyatlov decided to camp on a hill that would later be named the Dyatlov Pass. That night, the climbers were suddenly attacked by something that instantly slaughtered them. The incident became known as the Dyatlov Pass incident, because at the scene there were some strange traces. A theory emerged that the group had been attacked by Yeti. In 2014, the Discovery Channel aired a program called Russian Yeti: The Killer Lives, which led to allegations that the 9 hikers led by Igor were indeed killed by a Yeti. The documentary shows the wounds of the victims who have died, and argues that they were caused by something much stronger than humans. But to this day, it is not known what actually happened to the climbers, thus making them all mysteriously killed. Okay, that's all from Yeti's story. If you have a request or suggestion, you can write it in the comment below. If you like this content, please share this video to your friends, your family, your girlfriend or boyfriend. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you all.